Fresh revelations have emerged about the fate of the 176 residents abducted from the Woro community in Kaiama local government area of Kwara State, with community sources alleging that terrorists have demanded 20 million naira ransom for each victim, while negotiations with the state government have stalled. Sources familiar with the situation told reporters that the silence from authorities in recent weeks is linked to ongoing but unsuccessful negotiations between representatives of the government and the terrorists suspected to be members of Boko Haram. According to a community source who spoke with reporters on Sunday evening, the insurgents had already contacted intermediaries and placed a heavy financial demand on the families and the government. The terrorists have already reached out through negotiators, the source said. They demanded 20 million naira for each of the 176 abducted people. That is the offer on the table now. This amounts to over 3.5 billion naira. The source explained that the Kwara State government is currently unwilling to pay the ransom demanded by the terrorists, which has led to a stalemate in discussions. What is causing the silence from the government is that the negotiation has not succeeded, the source added. The government is not willing to pay that amount, so the discussion is still ongoing behind the scenes. According to the insider, residents are not aware of any concrete plan to launch a military operation into the forest where the victims are believed to be held. The soldiers are only stationed within the primary school in Woro. They are not entering the forest. This is the same thing that happened at Eruku when people were kidnapped and later released. They did not go in search of the terrorists. They later reached an agreement with them and the victims were released. Nobody has been arrested till date, the source alleged. What they are trying to do instead is to find a way to negotiate and possibly pay ransom. Meanwhile, families of the abducted residents say the prolonged uncertainty has left them in deep anguish, particularly as weeks have passed without any new communication from the terrorists. Relatives of the victims told reporters that they fear some of the captives, including pregnant women and children, may already have died in captivity due to the harsh conditions in the bush. We are living in fear every day, one relative previously told reporters. Since they were taken, we have not heard anything from the terrorists or from the government. No calls, no demands, nothing. It has been about a month since they paraded them in a video, and since then, we have heard nothing again. The relative said the continued silence had intensified fears within the community. We are particularly worried about the pregnant women and the children, the source said. Some of them were already weak before they were taken. If they are in the bush without food or medical care, how can they survive for this long?